Lance here from Proline. We're in the shop today talking about the Rock-Tek. We're gonna go through and install it on a couple different cars and show you how it works. All right, so first we're gonna mount it to an SCX-10 straight axle, the CJ7, but first let's get it unboxed. All right, so in the box you got two partially assembled Rock-Teks, hardware, magnets, and a little instruction slip sheet. So the Rock-Teks are partially assembled. The housings are still open so that you can get into them, and the top one's exposed so it looks cool in the packaging. The bottom one here is pretty much in its final form, other than the screws aren't in the housing, just so that if you want to modify it, it's already open for you to do so. So we're just gonna get the foams peeled off, set aside. Now in this case, we are gonna mount these with the magnets. You can always run them without magnets, but today we're using the magnetic system. So these are already installed. So we're gonna leave them here. All we need to do is close up the housings and run the screws in. So we'll do that now. The tools you'll need to do this: a 2mm hex driver, a 1.5 for this particular CJ7 wheel, and then a 7mm wheel nut wrench and a 5.5 nut wrench as well. So I'm gonna take note of where the magnets are pointing. I mean, you can check this later because you can just stick the chassis magnets on the outside of the housing, and you can tell where the magnets are in the case, the orientation. That way, I know when I go to put it in the tire, I know which way to orient this in the tire. All right, we're just tightening all 5 screws here. Just a light snug. There's not a lot of load on these screws, so I will get both of them done. And then when you get it closed up, kind of rotate it around and check to make sure that the weight's in there and spinning free. There's no debris or something in there that shouldn't be in there. All right, so we got our 2 Rock-Tek housings all closed up. I'm gonna set them aside. They're ready to go in the tire. So I'll pull this front right off CJ7. So the Rock-Tek will work with pretty much any 3-piece 1.9 wheel, anyone that has the standard sort of floating center inner beadlock ring. So that's the case with the CJ7. So we're gonna show it on the stock tire and the stock wheel, but of course it's gonna work with almost any of the Proline wheels, the newer Proline wheels, the 3-piece Proline wheels. SSD, Vanquish, a lot of other brand 1.9 wheels will work with the Rock-Tek system. So in this, we're just gonna take the stock wheel apart, get the foam and the inner beadlock ring out. All right, so the Rock-Tek is basically gonna replace this foam and the inner beadlock ring, so we're gonna set these aside. All right, I'll put the foam in first. Just wad it up and get it worked in there. Now this next step is critical, depending on the tire. And this tire in particular, it doesn't look that directional, but if you pay attention to the tread, it is actually directional. So I gotta match what's already on the car and make sure that I line it up correctly, because the magnets are gonna face in towards the car. Tires are going like this. This is my outer sidewall. The magnets, I've already lost track. So I'm gonna stick the magnets on here and confirm that the magnets are on this side of the housing. Okay, now I know that this needs to go towards the chassis. So I'm gonna line it up and then I'll install the housing into the tire. Just stretch the beads over. Get the housing turned. And work the foam in. And one more time, it's easy to spin it the wrong way, so I'm gonna check again with the chassis side magnets that I have them in the right orientation. See, the magnets are sticking to my sidewall. That means the magnets are facing that direction and it looks correct. So we'll proceed. All right, now I'll put the wheel back together just like it came apart. The Rock-Tek's actually end up being a little easier to assemble the wheels than a regular foam because the foam's not like fighting you as you're trying to push the wheel halves together. So let's get a couple screws started here first. Then pull on the bead and make sure it's all in the right place. Once it's close, you can just run all the other screws in. All right, the wheel's tightened up. The Rock-Tek's in there. You couldn't tell unless you wiggle it around in your hand. Otherwise, it's hidden, but it's ready to go in the car. All right, let's bring the car over and we'll mount the magnets. So I'm just gonna pull the body off. And on the straight axle, what we're doing is we're replacing the kingpin with the shoulder screw with the longer shoulder. So I'll show you what that looks like here. So I'm just gonna pull the top kingpin screw out of the knuckle, the 2mm hex. And we're not gonna reuse this. I'll show you the screw that's gonna be replacing it. All right, so I'm gonna dump out the hardware here. And there's hardware included for a couple different models. So for the straight axle, we're gonna use a shoulder screw. It looks almost identical to the shoulder screw that we just pulled out. But the shoulder, it's like 0.5 millimeter longer or something. I should know, I designed it. But so that's gonna leave space for the mount. So we're gonna set the stock shoulder screw aside and we'll pull out the mount. So the mount that we're gonna use is this funky looking one. It's got the 2 ears on it. So we're gonna mount the magnets onto the steel mount first. So grab your chassis side magnets, and in the instruction sheet it shows you the orientation, so you can copy that. I'm copying it now. The steel mount goes like this, the magnets go this way, and then there are 2 really short M2.5 screws. All right, it should look something like this. All right, then we're gonna take our new shoulder screw and put it through our mount here. We're gonna drop that onto the knuckle. So I'll get it started and then turn the mount. So with the straight axle one in particular, it might take some adjustment. So basically you're gonna run the screw down until it's lightly snug, that shoulder's bottomed out. And right now you see I have a little bit of wiggle left in this mount. So I'm gonna pull it back off and tighten the ears down so they grip into the plastic of the knuckle. So I'll pull it back off, do an adjustment and reinstall. All right, so I want the ears of this magnet mount to kind of grip onto the knuckle, so I'm just gonna use a couple pairs of pliers and just squeeze them down a little bit. So one pair to stabilize and another pair just to lightly bend the ears down. It's soft steel, so it moves pretty easy. Now that they're bent, I'll give it another shot. You can kind of feel on the knuckle when they're bent. It holds itself on without even having the screw in there, so that tells me that I'm pretty close. So again, run this screw down lightly snug. And then we'll check. There's almost no wiggle. Just the steel mount itself flexes lightly, but there's no slop. And when we steer, the magnets follow the knuckle, so we're in good shape. There will be one final adjustment. You can bend that steel mount to get it close to the tire, and that's kind of tire dependent. So that'll be our final adjustment. So let's throw the wheel on. And as soon as you kind of loosely throw the wheel on, you can feel the magnets grab. But you got to tighten your wheel nut before we make that final adjustment. So I'll tighten the wheel down. Okay, so right now, the magnets are touching the sidewall of the tire. So that's not good. When you try to turn the tire, it's dragging on the magnets. So I'm just gonna reach in with my hand and pull on that mount and just bend it back a little bit. So now we have clearance. I'd say there's maybe a millimeter, 40-50 thou clearance. The tire spins nice. Spin it all the way around, make sure it's not wobbling. At its tightest spot, it's maybe 1 millimeter. That's pretty good. I'm gonna check, steer it the other way, spin it. Make sure it stays with the wheel. Looks good. So that's a complete install of a Rock-Tek on a straight axle for one corner. So just repeat the process for the other side. We're gonna move on and do the portal on a Coyote. You might recognize this one from the release video. It's still got the cutaway tire and housing on the right side. So this one has Rock-Teks in both front tires, but I've removed the axle side magnet mount on the left side, so we're gonna reinstall that. So this thing's ready to go already. It's got a Rock-Tek in it, the magnets are on it, so we'll set it aside. So the portal is much easier. We're just gonna pull this same top kingpin shoulder screw like we did on the straight axle, but we're gonna replace it with this kingpin stud, I call it. So it looks just like the kingpin shoulder screw, except it's got an extra 10 millimeters of thread hanging out the top. So we're gonna install it with a 5.5 nut driver right in place of the stock shoulder screw. All right, since this kingpin turns with the knuckle, we can just snug it down. And now we're gonna mount our magnets to the remaining thread on the top here. So this one takes the other style mount. There are 2 style steel mounts that come in the kit. So we already used this one on the straight axle. We're gonna use the other style, this smaller one, for the portal. So first we'll get our magnets mounted to it, just like the other one. All right, so we got our magnet and our mount screwed together. And now this can just slip onto our kingpin. And we'll grab a washer and a nylock nut. And we'll run that thing down. Now this portal axle mount can be adjusted in 2 different ways. The hole on top is slotted, so the whole assembly can slide in and out on that stud. And then it's also a thin steel, so you can bend it for final adjustment. So for now, I'm gonna run it all the way back, kind of eyeball it, line it up with the knuckle, and just lightly snug that nut. And then we'll get our tire on to do our final alignment. So we get the tire on, tighten the wheel down so it squares up. All right, again, we're gonna look for that millimeter or so of gap between the tire and the magnets. So I'm looking down between the sidewall of the tire and the magnets. I'm gonna spin the wheel around a couple times. The closer you go, the stronger the magnetic force is gonna be and the better the coupling is gonna be. But the more you risk running the mount into the tire. So for this setup, I'm just gonna run it about 1 millimeter away. It's pretty safe. Once it's lined up with the tire, and I like the spacing, just gonna tighten it a little bit more, and you're good to go. All right, so that's how simple it is to mount your Rock-Teks to an SCX-10-3 portal axle and straight axle. Now there are some other pieces of hardware included in the kit that allow you to mount your Rock-Teks to other platforms. All right, lastly, I got a few tips and tricks for you guys. Let's start with the different weight combos you can make. All right, so your Rock-Teks come with 1 pair of brass weights for each wheel, but there's an option to run 2 pairs or even 1.5 pairs in this scenario here. So you can run 108 grams of brass, 216, or whatever this adds up to. This has 108 grams of brass. You can have 1.5 pairs. Here we have 162 grams of brass. You can add up to 2 pairs, which is 216 grams of brass per tire. So the only thing you have to change, besides adding the brass, is you change the location of the magnets on this ring here. So if you see this on this 1 pair, we have the magnets mounted to the far right from your perspective hole. And 1.5 pairs is in the center hole, and then the 2 pairs is in the far left hole. So the magnetic coupling system is going to give you the most performance out of your Rock-Teks. It's going to keep those brass weights down and away from the chassis and any angle of inclination, lowering the CG as much as possible. But you also have the choice of running Rock-Teks without any magnets. Just take one screw off, remove the magnets, throw it in your wheel and tire, and slap it on your car. All right, so I've literally been thinking about this product for like 5 years now, so we're really excited to finally bring it to you guys, and we can't wait for you to get it in your hands and experience the performance and the fun that you can get out of these cars. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, and tell us what rig you might put these in first. Ring the bell for notifications on more videos. And for more information on the Rock-Teks and everything else we make, visit prolineracing.com.